Dance with me under the diamonds. See me like breath in the cold. Sleep with me here in the silence. Come kiss me silver and gold. You say that I won't lose you, but you can't predict the future. So just hold on like you will never let go. Yeah, if you ever move on without me, I need to make sure you know that you are the only one I'll ever love. Yeah, you, if it's not you, it's not anyone. Looking back on my life, you're the only good I've ever done. Yeah, you, if it's not you, it's not anyone. Not anyone. Forever's not enough time to love you the way that I want. 'Cause every morning I find you, I fear the day that I don't. You say that I won't lose you, but you can't predict the future. 'Cause certain things are out of our control. Yeah, if you ever move on without me, I need to make sure you know that you are the only one I'll ever love. Only one. Yeah, you, if it's not you, it's not anyone. Gotta tell ya, looking back on my life, you're the only good I've ever done. I've ever done. Yeah, you, if it's not you, it's not anyone. It's not anyone. Not anyone. If it's not you, it's not anyone. Oh yeah. Yeah, you are the only one I'll ever love. Yeah, you, if it's not you, it's not anyone. Gotta tell ya, looking back on my life, you're the only good I've ever done. Yeah, you, if it's not you, it's not anyone.
When you try your best and you don't succeed, when you get what you want but not what you need, when you feel so tired but you can sleep, stuck in reverse. When the tears come streaming down your face, 'cause you lose something you can't replace. When you love someone but it goes to waste, what could be worse? Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. But high up above or down below, when you're too in love to let it show. But if you never try, you'll never know. And just watch your world home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. And I will try to fix you.
Can I call you baby? Can you be my friend? Can you be my lover up until the very end? Let me show you love. I don't pretend. Stick by my side even when the world is giving in. Oh, don't you worry. I'll be there whenever you want me. I need somebody who can love me at my worst. No, I'm not perfect, but I hope you see my worth. 'Cause it's only you, nobody knew I put you first. And for you, girl, I swear I do the work.
Today is the beginning of a new life together for you. It marks the start of new relationships to your families, your friends, and certainly to each other. As you have the Word of God, together with this special guest, we share in your life's greatest moments and give recognition to the worth and beauty of your love for each other. God knew your needs when He brought you together. He knew exactly what you need to make you complete. And now, He wants you to commit yourselves to each other. Deborah and Joonas, because your deep love for each other comes from above, this is a sacred moment, and it is with great reverence that I now ask you to declare your intent. Do you take Deborah to be your wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance of marriage? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, remain faithful to her as long as you both shall live?
I will, I do, I promise.
And Deborah, do you take Joonas to be your wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance of marriage? Do you promise to love him, comfort him, and honor and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, remain faithful to him as long as you both shall live?
I will, I do, and I promise by God's grace.
In the presence of God and before these people, I now invite you to exchange your vows.
All right. Deborah, I love you. On 7th of April 2018, my life changed without me even knowing. We became friends on Facebook to talk about theology. Thank you for talking to me. You thought we were so far away it would be safe to talk, but in less than a month I knew you were the one. Every time you would send a message calling me a brother, I would cringe inside and think, not only a brother, I will be your husband. You just don't know it yet. Why? As this day proves, you are the wife I prayed for. Your heart is kind, meek, trustworthy. Your treasure is not here on earth, but in heaven. You love God and you want to glorify Him, and you couldn't hide it. So I didn't need to wait for years to see who you truly are. I could see Christ in you, and He was not hidden. And because of that, I knew I would be safe with you. Also, as a side note, you are literally the most beautiful woman on the planet, and that made me want to have many babies with you. There was one problem, however. You didn't yet know that you would be my wife. How could this be? We've already talked 3 weeks. That was a joke. Afraid that someone else would marry you, I told you, I want you to be my wife. It took some days for you to answer, but by God's grace, before the month of May was left behind, under 2 months of talking to each other, you said yes. And so 7 months later, January 2019, I stepped on the plane and came to you. I remember seeing you first time in person. You wore the blue dress I liked, you knew I liked. You came to me, you smiled, and soon my arms were around you. I lifted you, I took your hand, and I remember you blushed, and your face was full of joy. However, when I left back to Finland, I left with a ring on my finger. I had requested the blessing from your parents and your pastor, and by God's grace, they granted it to me. For the next 11 months, we would not hold each other's hands nor feel each other's embrace. Our reunion happened on January 2020. This was the happiest time of my life. I had the privilege to see you defend your doctorate. You are a brilliant woman, Deborah. Your mind is sharp, and I love your passion for law, especially for God's law. I loved reading to you and hearing you sing to me. I loved to preach the gospel while you prayed for me. After leaving back to Finland for the second time, I didn't know how hard it would be to get back to you. The borders were closed and only spouses could enter. I was only a fiancé. We were separated again for another 11 months. But I promised to you I would come, that I would be here this day. All the time, money, effort, and stress to find a way to get here was worth it. I have to say that the 2 periods of long separation in 2019 and last year were tough times for both of us. By now you know that I am far from perfect. I don't do well under pressure, and there are lots of things I regret on my part. If this marriage would be based on me deserving you, I would not qualify. But the great news is that you and I know the gospel. We are sinners, we desperately need grace, and we have been shown eternal grace. From the God of heaven and the earth, because of His Son Jesus Christ. Christian life is not sustained by works, it is sustained by grace. And so is the case with Christian marriage. We are sustained by grace, and that grace will lead us all the way to our heavenly home together. Deborah, I want you to know that I am the man I am today largely because you have borne all things, believed all things, hoped all things, endured all things. You have not sought your own, nor thought evil against me. You believe that God is not yet finished with his work in us and in me. Thank you for loving me, for seeing the best in me, for being proud of me. Thank you for standing by your man. I want everyone here to know that I, Joonas Valtteri Rafael Laajanen, will promise to stand by you when things get tough. I promise to shelter you and to lead you spiritually. I promise to care for your physical needs, to desire you and to show affection, to never withdraw myself from you. I do not own myself, you own me. I promise to never leave you nor forsake you. I promise to not let the work of a pastor to get ahead of my work as your shepherd. If you get sick or weak, I will be there. I promise to respect you and to put your needs before mine. I promise to seek to understand you and to listen to you. No sin, no falling short of God's will extinguish my love for you. Deborah, mahal din kita, sobra.
Thank you, love. To my God-given husband, today I would utter words which are not just words, for they would resound before this chamber and that of the Lord's. So I pray with all of my heart that God would bestow us the grace to fulfill these marriage vows in humility, dependence, and praise. We both have flaws, for we are both sinners who deserve nothing but loss. But God, in His love, made our paths cross. There we understood what love means at the cross. Love, you know my passion for theology and justice, and I promise that these would be beneath my passion as your wife, your homekeeper, and the future mother of our children, and I will never be ashamed of it. By God's grace, our family and home will be a haven of rest and solace to you first, and to our future children. I swear that I would be your cheerer and prayer warrior as you preach the word in the pulpit to the people of God. I will stand by you as you proclaim the gospel before the streets of Finland or the Philippines. I will assist you in all our spiritual endeavors for His kingdom and for His praise alone. Joonas, you're the love of my life. You're my confidant, protector, provider, shelter. You have stirred my heart and you have made me understand how it is to love deeply, unconditionally, and incessantly. I vow to be the wife that God wanted me to be by His grace, whatever life may bring, and until our lives end would ring. I would love you, respect you, submit to you, honor you, uplift you, and give myself to you as your own and as your home. Mina rakastan sinuwa. Rakhani kotini yavyomyahani.
Sun in my eyes, navy blue skies. You are the reason I can survive. We'll turn off the phones to just be alone. We'll draw the curtains and never leave home. I had a nightmare, but now that I'm not scared, this is how you fall in love. Let go and I'll hold you up. So pull me tight and close your eyes. Oh my love, side to side.
What's easy is right. My mother's advice. You are the reason I never never think twice. Wherever we go, what glitters is gold. You'll be my best friend until we grow old. I had a nightmare, but now that I'm not scared. This is how you fall in love. Let go and I'll hold you up. So pull me tight and close your eyes. All my love, side to side. 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 All my love, side to side.
This is how you fall in love. Let go and I'll hold you up. So pull me tight and close your eyes. Oh my love, side to side.